this past week, we'll do a quick replay before we go. Trump lost the Supreme Court case 5-4 about freezing foreign aid. He paused shipments of military aid to Ukraine. Even
Mid-flight.
though Congress approved it, they made the planes turn around.
Yep.
He announced a new White House office. Thought we were getting rid of stuff. Centered on revitalizing commercial and naval shipbuilding.
Pentagon business. Somebody wants a contract. Contracts for
told
bit buddies.
Congress it needs to repeal the landmark Bipartisan Chips Act. Said he would...
Wait, I thought we were bringing jobs back to America. That makes it so we're not dependent on Taiwan anymore. The whole point of the CHIPS Act was to make sure we're not dependent on Taiwan for chips. That if China invades Taiwan, that we can actually make our own chips. What the fuck?
Putin wants to make chips now?
Put
Is that
tariffs on autos, then said he would temporarily pause them. Stripped security clearance from the law firm Perkins Coie, which represented Hillary Clinton one time.
Again, Nazi. By the way, we're going to come up with a Nazi scale. We're doing it for this Armageddon.
Yeah, with like a graph.
So you have to understand
matrix.
In the graphs.
That a law firm in Washington, D.C. with a security clearance, that's going to be their livelihood that he's now They cannot take any cases that would require a security clearance at all in Washington, D.C.
25th Amendment. We need to get rid of this guy.
He revoked security clearance and barred access to any classified information for Biden-era officials, all the high-ranking. Ordered a student loan forgiveness program to disqualify nonprofit workers who have engaged in what he calls improper activities. He called the Columbia student protester who was just out protesting a pro-terrorist, and that many more arrests like this are to come. He told 180 employees of the CDC who he laid off to get back to work. He listed hundreds of federal properties for sale, including the FBI headquarters. Then took the list down from the website. Floated the idea in a press thing of having mail carriers conduct the U.S. Census instead of census workers. So
who's going to conduct it?
U.S. mail carriers, the people that he also wants to privatize.
Yep, same reason.
Gave Republican senators Elon Musk's phone number so they can call him if they need problematic Doge spending cuts reversed.
Because I'm on the golf course.
Exactly.
I will be on the 9th hole. I cannot take every phone call. I've got to cheat on this next hole.
Refused to rule out a recession in a Fox News interview, saying that we'll see a period of transition.
Can I point? Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
Almost there. Saw the worst day for the NASDAQ since 2022. Because of his tariffs and some other remarks he made about uncomfortable period. He then decided to, in that interview, blame globalist countries and companies for the slide in the stock market.
He also blamed Biden. We inherited a bad economy. You mean when it was 43,000
when it was
he
the
left?
best economy?
Yeah.
It's now tanking.
He also
it's now 41.
Said nobody's ever heard of the South African country Lesotho, which they responded.
Annie did it.
Yeah.
They were quite shocked. They said that they've actually had warm relations with the United States of America for many years. Nobody's ever heard of it.
Can we discuss the map of Africa that we use, or should we keep that
to
ourselves?
You have discussed it
we
before,
have,
but that was a long time
I want to keep it as like a mystery.
It is the funniest thing in the world, man. Because I always write in the comments. I always write, no, that's Greenland. I'm pretty sure that's Texas. Like, I keep saying it, and they're like, there's half the people are like, once in a while you see someone go, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. Just leave it alone. Don't even bring it up. And then the people that are getting angry, why the hell is Africa?
Is it me? That looks like Africa flipped upside down.
It's for two people. It's for me and you.
Look,
she doesn't even find it funny.
I think it's funny.
You and I are the only.
I think it's funny how mad people get.
All right.
So no, keep it.
Is there more? Because the other thing that he pointed out, which is it's the hypocrisy. They don't connect those two. But he just whatever the fuck it is, social truth or whatever. that boycotting Tesla is illegal.
No, it's protesting.
Okay.
You're going to be treated as a domestic terrorist.
Yeah,
if you boycott.
But if you attack the Capitol, right this way.
Oh,
we have a table right for you.
Come on
We
out.
have a table right for you, sir. Right this way.
That was the tourist.
But if you go protest a private business who is fucking this country up so bad, this is what I don't get, and I want to say it, and then we'll wrap it up. Biden had or anybody in the Biden administration, Pete Buttigieg had thrown up a Heil Hitler at a thing. If Pete Buttigieg had just started raping every government agency, if Biden would have closed the Department of if Biden would have crashed the stock market 2,000 points in a week,
Yeah.
can you? And now all Biden did was, I was looking at the inflation numbers, and it just keeps dropping month to month, which means 50 years of experience in government showed Joe Biden that he knew what he was doing. Now, listen, if he was mumbling through his tapioca at the end, that's fine. If he was doing that thing that old people do, I don't care. The plan that he set worked, right? Mm-hmm. He stopped COVID. We were all vaccinated. Now you've got a guy that basically is saying everybody should have measles parties so you all get measles. By the way, as of today, measles is now in 15 states. We have another pandemic, fuckers.
Seriously.
Yeah. And so what I don't understand, and then on the way in, I hear a guy, they interviewed a Trump supporter, and he goes, well, I guess in the long term, this is going to be better for all of us, which is exactly what Trump says. That's a cult.
That's the new thing Fox is saying, that
they have to spend.
They're basically admitting Trump's economic policies are going to harm Americans, but they're trying to convince people that the pain will be worth it. That's the new thing.
Now, can you imagine the Biden administration going, hey guys, the pain's going to be worth it. So he's going to stop manufacturing of chips. The CHIPS Act is going to go. I got to tell you.
They also asked a grant for a study into safer menstruation products for women.
They hate women, man.
They said it benefited transgender men.
Weak ass, tiny men. Trump is the weakest ass, tiny man. What you do is, if you're smart, which he's not, you take the last administration's good policies like the CHIPS Act, and you go, hey, let's add another bill on top of it and call it this, so I get credit for it.
And sign it, yes.
And you sign it, you fucking morons.
He shut down efforts to protect election security at CISA as well.
Oh, God. We are so fucked. Okay, so all this is what this is going to turn into, there's going to be, if you cut back the FBI, you cut back the CIA, you actually take down any kind of cyber checking Russia out, someone's going to attack us, and we're going to, and we're not going to know what it's coming.
And how is this a temporary? All the people that lost their jobs, they lost their jobs. How is this just a little disturbance that's everything's going to be better?
But also, he's getting rid of social service and welfare programs that, like food banks,
keep people alive.
So get rid of the jobs and then get rid of any safety net that people with some sort of compassion in past years implemented.
Do you think the homeless problem is bad now?
Oh Lordy, yeah, I've already thought about that.
Imagine what it's going to be in 2 years.
Yep.
Holy shit.